And 34 people killed in those terror attacks in Belgium yesterday. More than 200 others were hurt. And of those injured, at least 9 were American. The U.S. clearly has a personal stake in this fight. But what role do we play in preventing another attack? Well, joining me now is Admiral James Stavridis. He's the former Supreme Allied Commander at NATO who was stationed in Brussels and also the author of The Accidental Admiral. Sir, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it so early this morning.
Thanks, Abby.
And this is something that hits close to home. 4 years as the NATO commander in Brussels. Your reaction to what happened yesterday?
Well, first of all, my family and I used that airport probably 200 times during the course of our 4 years there as the NATO commander. And I think the way Americans need to look at this, Abby, is on a population-adjusted basis. Belgium's a small country, maybe 10 million. So if you kind of do the math, that's a 9/11 level event. Here it's like 3,000 being killed in the United States. So a very tough morning in Belgium.
Well, and as Anna Coyman was just saying, I mean, that this hits close to home. I mean, we start to think about it happening here in the United States. I mean, I took the subway home yesterday. You could definitely see many more police officers than you normally see. Does this mean that the terrorists are winning, that we are living in fear, that many of us do feel very unsettled right now?
I think they've achieved that objective of getting us so concerned about our day-to-day activities. But as you heard the good American citizens out at JFK just a few moments ago, we know we have to keep moving forward.
How do we do that?
I'll give you 2 or 3 things. I think, first of all, a key here, Abby, is international cooperation. It's coalitions. It's use of NATO, our principal ally in Europe, working together, intelligence, cyber, and so forth. Secondly, it's interagency cooperation. It's getting Department of State, Department of Treasury, Department of Defense, CIA to work together. And thirdly, it's the private sector. In other words, we need our commercial entities to cooperate with government in building security. So those are kind of 3 levels of response. Lastly, we're not going to solve this by going after the symptoms, the attacks. We're going to need to go into Syria, into Iraq, and go after the Islamic State where they live.
Well, we know ISIS wants to attack the West. There have been warning signs, particularly